Trying to figure out why this is slightly slanted. I'm trying to adjust my gimbal. My gimbal's like, nope. The last thing I want to do is abruptly go vertical. Or, yeah, that would be too cool. Magically Ever Melanie, good evening. Welcome to the chat. The Nature Brother. Hey, how you doing? Happy Saturday evening. I'm just starting a live stream, not too far from home. But based off past events, I find it's for the best not to record along a good stretch of Sherbourne, or certain characters might not take too kindly to that. This lotus here, very beautiful machine. Medano, welcome to the chat. Kurt. Not too far from the Eaton Center. I'm not sure if I want to go up Yonge. I'll probably intersect with Yonge eventually, but right now I think I'm gonna make an impulsive turn and go up Jarvis. Hello, Mama Bear in the chat once again. Yes, back to Toronto, back to the concrete jungle life. I had over a week absence in Burlington, Ontario, for those that haven't kept up, but I am finally back here. Hello, Harjot. Welcome to the channel. Chat in the channel. Record a little bit earlier, but it's been so windy until I get my wind guard. I've been on this 100 times. Hope the wind sound isn't too bad. I'm wearing my headphones with my hood on top, so hopefully that should minimize the pesky wind sounds for the time being. At least to a degree. Who's this dumbass right here? I don't know. Magically Ever Melanie. Who's dealing with bladder stones? I'm sorry about that. Had some family health crisis myself. That's why I was in Burlington, so you know, hope everyone tries to stay as healthy as they can. And we got our usual crazy night. Roadblocks here, just people having no patience for anyone, just yeah, beat that horn, I'm sure that'll speed traffic up. Bob is in the house. Welcome, Bob. It's a little bit chilly, but honestly, I don't mind this colder weather at all. As Ken said in his recent live, you know, it's better than 35-degree weather. I don't mind a little bit of breeze here and there. I don't want to be freezing to death, but you know. We've got some pretty clear skies here. I can't say I hate the view. This might be a bit of a longer stream. I don't know. I need to make it to Fresco before they close at 10, so hopefully I go at least over an hour. Start to stretch my streams a little bit longer. Avenue Cafe. I need some competition for Starbucks. Speak of the devil. Yeah, it's one of those lights where you just can't really push a button. There's buttons on that side, but not to get across here. Oh, wait a minute, there is. It's hidden right behind here. But it's already counting down. Okay, I think I shall pass. Hopefully, maybe. All right, cool. So I'm gonna head up north here a bit. See where this takes me. Got some renovation here to this building. For the exterior, I'm not sure what that's about. Look at the Rogers Center up ahead. Further north I go, I might be intersecting with Mount Pleasant. So I am going to return to Yonge. In fact, I think I might dabble and take a left at the next set of lights. Not this set of lights, but the next intersection there. And just cross over. I'm a Jarvis. I'm walking up Jarvis, Mom. Land Rover that has definitely seen better days. One of the side rearview mirrors was almost taped on. And I had a headlight that was broken, as well as a nice dent in the back bumper. Dabble alert. Call the Dabble police, Bob. All they have to do is look for some tall, lanky dude in a flannel sweater with a gimbal. I won't be hard to spot. Ontario Family Court. And this seems to be another residential building. Obviously older. Very dull color. It almost seems like a creamy color. Way back in the past there. Let me see a Raba. It's a higher end sort of convenience store. And soon we'll see the infamous Harvey's approaching on Gerrard. Once again, it is my favorite burger franchise, definitely Canadian. Makes your hamburger a beautiful thing. Got a little mini travel lodge here. It's a smaller one. I went to one in Guelph a few years ago. It was pretty big. There's a few stories. I think it was about maybe 6 stories. This is a Oh, it's not a travel lodge, it's an eco lodge, sorry. Maybe it's by the same company, but yeah, there's some places around here that are pretty cheap for nightly rentals, even as cheap as $60 a night, but I'm not sure how nice it will be for $60 a night, but I guess you get what you pay for. And this is one of the nicer old churches that we have in this area. I believe it was built in the 1880s. Jarvis Street Baptist Church. Not as nice as the St. Patrick's one, but it's a nice, beautiful landmark for sure. And here we have the Harbors, where I'll be crossing and then embarking my way towards Yonge. And you know, on normal days I try to avoid Yonge. There's a poor little squirrel trying to cross the street here. This guy's honking at me even though I'm in the bike lane. Yeah, you're an asshole. But you know, got to dress. At least he's safe. I'm not really keeping up the chat here. Yeah, it wasn't a travel lodge, Bob. It's Econo Lodge. So I think it's sort of a play off words off the same franchise, but maybe you should make a channel for Eric. You know? See how many subs he gets. He'll probably outdo me in a week. So off the top of my head, I think I'm gonna go to Yonge, go north, and then sort of make a bit of a roundabout. So I make sure I make it to Freshco probably by 9:45. Fat Bastard Burrito. I've tried them, they're pretty damn good. Grab and go. Ground beef. Huh. Yeah, these prices, I don't know if that's good or not. You have one for $3.50, two for $6, four for $10, I don't know. And we have all these cranes here, of course. Always something being built in the heart of the financial district. Espresso bar here. I think it's called Bocconcini Pizza and Wings. They seem pretty independent and probably expensive, but I'm sure it's top tier. But I tried George's Pizza near the intersection of Dundas and Sherborne. It was pretty good. A bit salty, but you know, I enjoyed it nonetheless. And we're approaching church. Yeah, Bob. Well, I guess you can call him my brother because it's my mom's cat's. Well, she basically classifies him as her son, so define brother. All right. So I'm just making my way towards Yonge here through the ever-growing crowds the closer I get. I've passed by this before, but I'll comment on it again. It's like green tea pizza dough. Like, I guess you can't say it's not unique, but kind of like, what? I love green tea and I love pizza, but I don't really think I would ever want to mix them. Yes, children are our pets. Pets are our children. Whatever you want to classify it as, but yes, pets are family. Got quite the congestion here for anyone that is planning on heading east. But I'm just loving these skies right now. Can't see one cloud. It's pretty refreshing. Let's go pull my hood down for now. I don't think the wind is too bad this time. It really can vary. It's a pretty patient e-biker. Yeah, just go around. Got an ambulance outside. I believe it's a Covenant House. A friend of mine is actually a security guard there. It's nothing too serious. Yeah, what's the temperature going to be like next week in New York, Bob? It's gonna get up to like maybe the mid-20s soon here in Toronto. And here I am finally almost at Yonge. This is where it's gonna get really hectic. I might have to walk on the roads a couple times. Depends. I get different looks when I hold a gimbal as opposed to holding a camera with my two fingers. This is usually when my friend chills out, but he's not there right now. Someone else. He's like, who's this weirdo with a gimbal staring at me? Wow. Yeah, I know we measure temperature differently than we you guys do in the States, so if you tell me what it's going to be in Fahrenheit, I will have to wait until later to understand the Celsius of that. But if you want to convert Celsius to Fahrenheit, it's going to be around 25 here next week. I have no idea what the temperature actually is right now. I usually do that for my pre-records, but finally on Yonge. Right near College Park. And considering it's a Saturday evening, it's not quite too busy. It's tolerable. Ugh. That's a really bad heartburn right now.
So in that amount of money in Calgary.
And of course, probably the most infamous mural that I've seen anywhere in this city is right here. So I'll just start from the bottom up. These are all Canadian acts, by the way. It seems like the Beatles at the bottom, but it's not the Beatles. See Kim Mitchell, of course Rush. Got the band on the top left-hand corner there. Pretty cool. gimbal keeps tilting a weird, awkward way. Apologize about that. Bryan Adams. I don't think I see him. There's a lot of Canadian acts you can put on there. You know, the Guess Who, Gordon Lightfoot, etc. But you know, can't fit them all in one mural, I guess. And again, it's pleasantly not too crowded. I have a hard time walking, to be honest. It's doable. Some people not paying attention on their phones. But you know, other than that, I've seen a lot worse. Been through a lot worse. And there's another kind of funny mural. It's more cartoonish. It's anime-ish. Might as well check that out too. Got the Monopoly guy. And apparently he actually never had a monocle. It's one of those Mandela effects. But right here he does. I don't know every one of these, but some wizards. The last three I definitely do know. Got Yugi, Blue Eyes White Dragon. We've got Ash on Charizard with Meowth, Blimp, and Pikachu. And we have Android 18 kicking the F out of Vegeta. Again, it's shout out to this artist, Jasmine Panu. Very talented. And what's this about? A good majority of this road blocked off. All of this.
How's it going? This is one of my best friends, Kirsten.
So yeah, it's a bit narrow here, obviously, but it's only a short stretch. As I approach Carlton. Yeah, I hear little sprinkles of copyright music, but not too much, not where it's concerning. So. All right. This is the intersection of Yonge and Carlton. Well, where Carlton ends and college begins. That old clunker. This dude's just having the time of his life. Hey, why not? I'm all for it. 97C Young Bus. I mistake this for the Sky Tower before, this ever-growing, I believe it's a condo. Once again, though, I've been wrong many times, so maybe I don't do as much research as I should. But oh boy, that's getting taller each day. Quite the interesting hats on those fellows. Almost seems French to me. And there's a bottom part of a job you can never pay me enough to do. It's window cleaning. It's my infamous fear of heights. Can't believe how clear it is. Sidewalk, pedestrian-wise. Thank you, Bob. Yes, please like, subscribe, turn on the notification bell, you know, all that jazz. They're now renting here. This intersection had its headlights out for the longest time. They pretty much just put garbage bags over it, and it took a few months before it finally came back to operation. Some guy just flinged his hand on my camera like saying, "What's up?" There's your local psychedelic meets across the street there. And there's the infamous Firehouse Subs. One of my favorites for sure. This nice high rise here, one of many in this area. I keep like adjusting. I know it's on a tilt. It's driving me nuts. Hey, Nature Explorer, have a good one. Thanks for tuning in. I think I'm good for now on the Bluetooth, so I'll turn that off. Just gonna do a little jump start here ahead. Much better. I like everyone can actually hear myself speak properly. I am wearing noise canceling headphones after all. Got some interesting t-shirts here. No comment. That lady had the same idea I'm having, just, you know, sightseeing. I can walk down here all day just to look at the views. Wonder what they're doing here.
Yeah, they're not metropolitan.
My sound is good now. I hope it is. I'm not like bombarded by never-ending gusts of wind for once. You know, a few here and there, but it's like, I don't know. Until I get my wind guard, like I said, for emergency practices, I just get my headphones on and then put my hood over top. It muffles most of that irritating noise, so. Gotta look down Wellesley here. As I continue to go further north on Yonge. And this used to be a Starbucks. Once upon a time, replaced with another coffee shop called Good Earth. So, depending on what time it is, I'm gonna check my watch here. 8:42. Okay. So what I'm gonna do, I think once I get to, yeah, it's safe to say Bloor. I will make a sort of a circle roundabout. Start to head a little bit back,
It's like basically
more eastbound. Take care, Mom. This place is still in operation. Let's take a little peek inside here. What are they gonna do? What are they gonna do? It's the police. You're all raided. And that is an illegal operation, but you know, they seem to slip between the cracks every time, don't they? It's like the mushroom places. Hello Trex. Used to be an armor store, like where the cannabis dispensary places. That has the same indigenous rights sign that you see repeatedly over and over, but it doesn't save them. And I'm a cannabis smoker myself. You know, there's way bigger crimes out there than selling cannabis that's not licensed by the government, in my opinion. But, you know, it is what it is. Yeah, I agree with that, Bob. Speaking of cannabis, I can smell a good whiff of it right now. And you can legally smoke it down in the streets of Toronto. And a lot of states in New York, not just New York, but a lot of the US as well. Actually, I know it's California, but maybe Bob can update me on this one. In the state of New York, can you legally buy and smoke cannabis? You know, Colorado's one. Never-ending franchises here.
there's a lot of different
Yeah. You know, prohibition is mostly over. And I'm sure it'll be a matter of time before it's legal countrywide. It wasn't even that long ago where gay marriage was illegal in a lot of US states. Yeah, you're not allowed to smoke and drive, just like you can't drink and drive. It is impaired driving, which is obviously fair. I think I would rather trust myself, like, drunk behind a wheel than I would high. Both are terrible, but if I smoke a big fatty and I get behind the wheel, oh boy, it's gonna be trouble. And speaking of trouble, we have a very unhappy driver just honking down at some cyclists. Had no choice but to go around a parked Bronco. So, you know, you have eager drivers everywhere, especially in this area. We have remains of what used to be a phone booth. How do these still exist? I don't want to touch that thing, but and just your average nut job yelling at random pedestrians minding their own business. You know, pretty typical for this part of town. You never know what you're going to see. Ugh. I just feel bad for any kids that happen to pass by this, you know? Like, really, dude? Just shut up. Ugh. I digress. So I'm approaching Bloor here, where I'm going to be swinging any direction this guy's not going. Yikes. A novelty, I call it a relic, Bob, as far as payphones go. Don't drink and drive, but smoke and fly. Oh, boys. If I put my camera at him, I have a sneaky feeling he might follow me, and that's the last thing I want, so I'm just gonna keep walking. And we have the first Chick-fil-A that came to Canada. And I'm at the base of this gigantor structure here. Even if you could, would you really want to, Bob? Don't think there'd be much logic behind anything he's saying. I'm sure it'd all just be senseless gibberish. And this is where the wind starts to pick up a bit. But it is coming from the north. So once I swing right here, hopefully it should digress a little bit. Yeah, it started to get really strong all of a sudden. This has always been an infamous structure here. I like how it has that, you know, that dented look. It almost seems intentional. It must be. I always wondered, you know, does it just, you know, come together on its own, or was it designed that way? I'm pretty sure it was designed that way, so it's always very cool to see. And look at this. I would not want to be in this line up here. It goes all the way down, bumper to bumper. And it's kind of congested that way too, but not nearly as much on the opposite end. Trex has body deposit tubes. Huh. Yeah. Like I said, when you get to my area, it gets worse. Like once I started recording, just like to do a pre-record, it wasn't even live. And then someone, I caught a glimpse of them on camera, and this person thought it was all about themselves, and I was specifically recording them, and had a bottle of wine in their hands, and started following me for $3. And I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna record around here anytime soon. Yikes. So I'm just heading back eastbound along Bloor here. And the traffic's a bit congested, but look at the space of these sidewalks and whatever this is, this stretch. Again, what a beautiful night, honestly, I gotta say. And I never knew there was a building for Uber, but now I do. Wonder what they do in, how many floors is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 floors. Yeah, I gotta love this walking space. It's refreshing. It's better than being squeezed in a tiny little lane. Had to call 311 because the traffic lights were blown out in your area. That always sucks. I'm sure you won't be the first to report that. It's just sort of a situation in your area. That's happened to me actually when I came back. I had to wait about an hour or two, but it actually led to a fire in a townhouse that was nowhere near my area, so anything goes, really. And I'm approaching Church Street again. Very nice, quiet, peaceful night for a Saturday. I don't even think it's a Saturday. Yeah, a bottle of wine in her hand, Bob, and she started saying all these obscene things and pretty much saying I was a stalker, shouting out to the street, and I'm like walking away from her, and she like continued to follow me. I'm crossing the street, she crossed the street to follow me again, but apparently I was a stalker. Yeah, okay. It is what it is. There's addiction issues, there's mental health issues. At the end of the day, I try to be the bigger person and not to judge. She obviously isn't having a good time with her life, so you live and you learn. I just won't record in that area again. And the wind is picking up. Okay, so I might have to connect my Bluetooth. This is kind of the reason I brought it. It's pretty mild when I started, but I'll turn this on here. I don't even know if there's power to these. Okay, so put these on. There, it's back. All right. Hopefully that should be a little bit easier to listen to. In fact,
Australia, Canberra,
yeah, I've had a lot of recordings where the wind is completely ruined me. So, yeah, that should be a little bit better. Hopefully, guys. Sorry for that. Wind guard is in the mail. What, you can't hear me, Yahya? Are you serious? I just want to know if I can be heard right now. If I can't, then I'll just, yeah. Because the wind started getting really aggressive very suddenly. That's why I did that. For most of the stream, it's been pretty mild. But I disconnected them again and put my hood over on my headphones. So. So we're approaching Sherborne. And then eventually Parliament. Or maybe I'll just go down Sherborne. I just want to hit the Fresco, which will be my destination. Obi-Wan Kenobi. Use the Force, Luke. Force. That nature. Again, I'm pretty backed up here. Heading east. Got another Rogers Center here. And Mount Pleasant is approaching. I have a brown hoodie actually. I have a few hoodies. But you know, wait till my beard turns gray and my hair turns gray. I'm getting older by the day, so you know, I'm sure that look will come eventually. Starting to get a strand, a few gray hairs here and there. And I was gonna cross, but I guess the timing wasn't right. So close. And two of the most common franchises you'll see, Subway and Starbucks. Oh, that was a quick light. We got some emergency situation coming up in the distance there. I can see some sirens. Seems like not a police truck, police trucks. If only they existed, a fire truck. I think we could use some police trucks. That'd be pretty intimidating, wouldn't it be? You don't just have a squad car, you have a full truck of cops. But there's always something going on around here. Nothing really too out of the ordinary. And you see where Huntley ends and Mount Pleasant begins. Yeah, you're right, Bob, especially in this area. See some crazy action. I only moved back downtown from Scarborough at the beginning of March, so in those 3 months I've seen quite a bit of action. Some dude on his Harley. Definitely feeling that wind again. McDonald's, No Frills, National Post. still trying to decide if that's an ambulance or fire truck. It's still kind of hard to see. Yeah, I think it's a fire truck for sure. So I will be swinging right at Sherborne. Hey, Canadian Vasily, welcome to the chat. Ended your test members stream. How did that go? That TD Bank's been there forever. It almost sounds like my cat when he's pissed off. He makes the same noise. And you gotta walk up to Tim Easy here without having to enter the store. You just go to the side. That's pretty convenient. I know Henry got the scrambled eggs. I have yet to try them. Oh, well, I hope you had a good time, Vasily. And another ambulance. Yeah, you've always had great editing to your videos too, Vasily. I'm still working on that, you know, chopping and splicing them together and adding appropriate music. I'm on my way, but you know, I still have a long way to go. But I don't know what to do with those tossed salad and scrambled eggs. Coming again. I grew up to that song. Shout out to Frasier. Another Shoppers here. And you see a lot of these 60s high-rises. Very clustered. I think it's the highest concentration of high-rises in all of Toronto. That's what Ken said, at least. Yeah, you're talking to a millennial, Bob. Maybe millennials are the last of the generations to really know about Frasier, of course, besides Gen X and obviously the boomers. And I'm almost at my destination, which is convenient because I need to use their bathroom, quite frankly. I know I'm always trying to illegally cross the road. Dangerous guy that I am. Watch out for Kyle Walker. He's coming for you. I'm just kind of headed back home, Vasily. I was doing a roundabout. I kind of started from my area, went to Yonge and sort of did a circle, and I'm just heading to Freshco before they close. Twitch Bob. No, it's ironic, Vasily, because if you watch this, The Simpsons in the 90s, Sideshow Bob, shout out to New York Bob, was voiced by Kelsey Grammer, who obviously plays Frasier on the show, so You know, the one always trying to kill Bart. And we have the Gabby's. I worked there for a couple months actually. It was an alright place. Just go to the basement there. No, just the line cook. Nothing too special, but you know, another one on my resume. No, not yet. I will not take nearly as long as I did last time. I apologize on that. I just had been really busy once again. I've had so much going on. Every time I think I have a clear road ahead, suddenly a roadblock comes. So, nature of life, I guess. But on that note, I said I was gonna do an hour. I'm almost there. Okay, so maybe a little bit shorter than that, but I've approached my destination. And if I wait any longer, then I don't know. I could be locked out from all places open, but I think on that note, I will be ending this. Was I a line cook at the Gab? No, it's Gabby's, Bob. It's a small little pub place, so yeah. Thank you to everyone in the chat. I might as well get this done eventually. I'm gonna be doing a bit more pre-records because I know I've been kind of slacking on that. But thank you to everyone that tuned in. Has been a great supporter. Thank you, Bob. Thank you, Vasily. Thank you, Mom. Thank you, Kurt. Thank you, the Nature Explorer. Thank you, everyone that's been in the chat. Always appreciate you guys. Always will. And you will see me in the next one. So, on that note, I think it's time to say, Walker out. Let's go find some food.